Crypto holders, we need to talk. I want to come out here and make a video for you guys about my thoughts on the market right now. It's a pretty interesting time out there because we've been selling off for the past quarter, basically, for 3 months now, basically since December. December was kind of when we saw a peak for the altcoins, and now we've just been slowly, steadily zigzagging down, and in a way that you usually do not see in a stair-stepping manner. Usually you get the stair step up, and then you get the elevator down, but what we're getting is the stair step up and the stair step down. This type of price action is the most difficult price action for trading and investing. The only people this is easy for are people that are dollar cost averaging and really just holding for the long term. The lower we go, the more you'll lower your dollar cost average, okay? But for the majority of people that want to buy, swing trade, or they want to leverage long or leverage short, this is extremely difficult price action. A kangaroo market, if you will, or some people call it a crab market. But we're seeing that play out on the way to the downside. And right now we're slowly starting to bottom out, kind of, I think, in the short term. But I really need to emphasize on my thoughts on this market because we are really at the whim of the Federal Reserve and the traditional market right now. And it's crazy because you think Bitcoin is the safe haven asset. It is the hedge against inflation. It is the hedge against the financial system. Well, it's not. We unfortunately brought the massive Trojan horse into our space, aka the massive institutions like BlackRock, Fidelity, all these ETFs and institutional tools. And now Bitcoin trades like a stock, a risky stock, a risk-on asset stock. That is what it is. Bitcoin is a risk-on asset. And, it's trading with the stock market. The traditional market starts to get a little bit bearish. Bitcoin, pew. The traditional market is in more favorable conditions. Bitcoin goes up. It's trading like a stock, and it's unfortunate. It shouldn't be that way. We all talk about, if you've been in the crypto space for as long as I've been, people have always been talking about the mythical decoupling event when Bitcoin is going up while the S&P 500 is trading sideways or going down. We rarely ever see that, and if we do see that, it's for a very short while, and then they usually can join back together. And right now, it's really in a time crunch for Bitcoin to make new all-time highs, for altcoins to make new all-time highs as well, because based on the 4-year cycle, based on the halvings, okay, the halvings of Bitcoin, the rewards for miners, nobody likes to talk about that anymore, right? Well, we have about 200 days left in this bull market based on the 4-year cycle. And I've been preaching a lot about this on the Crypto Report. I've been saying, guys, you really need to see the Fed pivot. And you also need to see the market digest the tariff talk. Last night I was saying the first time the tariffs get talked about, the market panics, it freaks out. S&P 500 sells off 3%. Magnificent 7 sells off 10%. Massive drawdowns for the stock market speaking. And then the next day tariffs get talked. Oh, people are panicking more. And then the next day tariffs get talked. People are like, oh man, not the tariffs. And then the next day, they're like, oh yeah, the tariffs. And the next day, like, we hear about this every day. Once the market is more certain and digests this tariff talk, I think that's an important period to be looking at for a little bit of a reversal. And you need to be thinking about that as well as with the Federal Reserve. Jerome Powell the other day came out and he said no to cutting rates, but that's okay. But he did say that we should expect a pivot. Quantitative tightening is going to be lightened up a bit by April 1st. April 1st, guys. And now that does not mean that quantitative tightening is over. And quantitative tightening, for you guys that do not know what that is, it's basically when the Federal Reserve is selling stocks, okay? Selling bonds, selling stocks, and it creates sell pressure across the entire market. We're waiting for that to stop, and it's going to get less and less. And on April 1st, I believe they're cutting it in half from originally it was 50 billion a month. I think now it's going to be 25 billion or 20 billion a month. Still a significant amount of sell pressure, but it's on the right path to getting us to quantitative easing. Cutting rates and quantitative easing produces an environment that is bullish for risk on assets, okay? And that would be Bitcoin and altcoins. And the thing that I'm a little concerned about, though, is that we are in a tight period because we have about 200 days left of this bull market. Will we be able to get this cash infusion, this injection of liquidity, and a pivot from the Federal Reserve, rate cuts, the global markets starting to digest the tariff uncertainty? Will we be able to see that in the next 200 days? Let me know in the comments below if you think that the market will be able to digest that when we get all these bullish catalysts to really bring us and set us up to a new all-time high for Bitcoin. Now, also, we could just be waiting for the U.S. to say we're buying 1 million Bitcoin, but I don't think that will do it. I don't think that will be enough. I think we need a lot of the overarching macroeconomics to shift in a more favorable environment for risk-on assets. But guys, if you do want to trade right now, this is not the type of market to be opening a long and going to sleep or opening a short and going to sleep because it's very ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. It's not ping pong. It's not ping ponging in a range. It is just ping ponging very chaotically and stair stepping down. It is. I hate using the word manipulation, but it is manipulation. It is 100%. The stair stepping is manipulation. When you see the elevators, maybe a whale did that or people start to panic sell, but when you see the stair step down, that's manipulation, my friends. But if you guys do want to take advantage of the volatility, check out in the description box below or the pinned comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign-in bonus to Blowfin, as well as there's a $5.6 million prize pool trading competition. If you use my link down below, you become a part of my team. The more trading volume we do together, the more rewards we can get out of that $5.6 million prize pool.